Hello, how you doing? Okay, do witches fly on broomsticks? Did witches fly on broomsticks? The truth about that is it's not that they were on psychedelic drugs. Some people theorize because witches definitely use, like in Europe, they used a fly agaric, which is that red mushroom with the white dots on it that you see all the time. It's one of the most photographed mushrooms. It's the most psychedelic plant in nature, the natural psychedelic sacrament. But the problem is if you use it wrong, it kills you. So you have to use the right dosage, and it's too dangerous. That's why it's not used. The psychedelic, what we call shrooms or magic mushrooms, which is becoming legal in a lot of places, and has been used in witchcraft for a long time. There's different places in the world. I think it might be the Mexican Native American shamans used it, but cactus and the psychedelic, that I have a video on that. Yeah, there's a history with those kind of things with witches. Witches were the shamans of the people. When people would get sick, they would run to the witches and say, "Make a natural remedy for me," or people conveniently, when they were sick, would go and take advantage of the witches' knowledge in herbs and medicines and magic and stuff to heal them, and then then they would stab them in the back, because it would be illegal, because of the Romans forcing everybody to be Christians, turned it into this bad thing and started teaching that it's evil and that they're devil worshippers and all that because of a power trip thing, because it was a threat. It was a competition. So that's why witches use things like cauldrons and brooms and things like that, because they were women that they could see through the bullshit that started accumulating all these folk remedies and folk medicines and all this stuff, but would get killed for that. Like if more than like 4 or 5 women gathered together, that they were believed to be witches. Why else would women gather together unless they were witches? And they'd be killed. I mean, it didn't take much for people to kill you if you're a witch. So they would use brooms and things you'd expect women to have as magical. You can make anything a magical tool, So the witches would astral travel. The farmers would pay the witches to astral travel over their crops at night to bless their crops, to bless the harvest and the crops. And so people believe that so much that they would hallucinate and imagine that they've seen witches, because you can't see someone in the astral realm, but they would think they see witches flying on broomsticks, but they weren't. They were in the astral realm flying over the crops. So why do witches fly on brooms? Did they fly on brooms? No, the broom must have been I don't know if there was a time when the broom was like this magic link into astral traveling, or like, I don't know how you could use that. I'm not sure how they get connected together or whatever. Or some known event where a bunch of witches all had brooms and were pretending like they're sweeping something. I'm not really sure how the broom gets into it, but really it's about astral travel. So witches flying is really just witches astral traveling, which you don't even need to be on a broom. You wouldn't be on a broom. It doesn't have anything to do with brooms. But to demonize them and to justify killing them and stuff, they build it up into this, like boogeyman thing.